Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Life Coach Office Open Call for May 2020. We are almost halfway through the year. I hope you're all doing well. You know that Life Coach Office is brought to you by Universal Coaching Systems, where we help coach change makers bring their very best work to the world, and that would be you. As always, you know I say this every month. I'm excited to be here with you. I do have a few things that I wanted to discuss in relation to some questions that have come to me in the past 30 days. But first, I'm really curious what you guys have been doing while you've been shut in. What part of that time have you been using in your business? Have you been engaging with people? Have you been writing podcasts? Recording podcasts, writing blogs? Have you been revamping your whole plan, doing a business plan, a marketing plan? What have you been doing? I'm really curious to hear about that. And why don't you share that in the Life Coach Office community so that we can kind of chat a little bit? This has been a very stressful time for many of us. Everyone is handling this a little bit differently. The interesting thing, of course, is that this stay-at-home situation because of the coronavirus is something that we're facing all over the world. So let me tell you, coaches are going to be needed more now than any other time ever. Not just to help people to go through their stuff, as in their anxieties and their fears, but because this is causing people to take a different look at how they make a living and how they work, about how they live their lives, right? I mean, if you've not had an opportunity to be home for this amount of time before, I would have to think that for many of you, that you kind of like some of the freedoms of being at home a little bit, being more engaged with your family, even though we're kind of locked down, right? You're looking and say, wow, I wonder how I can get more of this in my life when I go back to work. Many of us were on a very serious grind when it came to work, long hours and not enough personal time. And so maybe some of you are spending some of that time making sure that you just chill for a minute, right? Relax, sleep in late for a change. That incorporating that into your life as things open up again is also a good thing. But let's talk about clients. Clients right now are going to be looking at dealing with their stuff, but they really are looking at how to relaunch their businesses, how to start a business, how to do this thing that they are called to. And they're going to need coaches to walk with them step by step. People are going to be looking at how to handle relationships differently, really make them more meaningful, because hey, time is not promised to us. The way we live life on a regular basis can stop at any time. We now know that. We didn't think that before, but we now know that. And so coaches are going to be needed more now, as I said a moment ago, than ever before. So I hope that you're using this time to truly reevaluate, to continue to engage with people, host some challenges in your groups on your social media platforms, but do something that really gets people involved and engaged in your business. Now, I know many of you are saying people don't have any money. You know, there are a lot of issues, a lot of people unemployed. This is true. But it is also true that at all times in life, there are people who are unemployed and don't have a lot of money. But there are also people who are still working and who do have some money to spend. And you have to keep that in mind. Who is your client? And find your client that is ready to make the change, because your client that's ready to make the change is going to make that investment in themselves. Remember, they're not investing in you so much as they are in themselves and in their future. And they're choosing you because you have the ability to solve the problem that they have. So when you're having a conversation, whether it's by mouth, face to face, or whether it is simply because you are sending out an email, make sure you're speaking to the solution of a person's problem and not just speaking to people. They need to know what it is that you are offering them. And it can't just be a nice conversation with you. I don't think that they really need to just pay you for a nice conversation. All right, so that was just my talk for today. Let's move into what I need to show you today with Life Coach Office. So I've had several questions come along with regard to the classroom. So I want to spend some time in the classroom area, and make sure that we solidify this, because I feel like even when I send the video out to people, there's still some questions. So I want to do this another way so that we can be clear. All right, so let's just start with understanding the difference between your course, your module, and your lessons. All right, so let's just click on the classroom here. Now, let's just say that we're going to do a new course, and this course is going to be, how to transition into your dream job, right? So we're going to click on new course, and I'm just going to put the title, Transitioning into Your, here we go, dream job. Okay. It is under the only coach can view, and I want it to stay there because I do not want to turn this over to any of my groups until it's really ready to be seen. Okay. Course description, this course will walk you through the steps. Sorry about my typing. Of transitioning from and finding your new job. And okay, now this area here is your available lessons. So let's just say that you have lessons that you created, and that's what you see here. These are all the lessons that are in this particular life coach office that we're working from, our training session. And let's just say that, we have some lessons in here that actually will work for this particular course. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select that, right? So recognizing your skill set, it's going to be one. Let's see if there's any more. Making a difference, maybe. Easy changes. All right, I just want to choose two, okay? All right, so these are two lessons that you have already created that you want to be a part of this course. One of the things I love about LCO is that once you create a lesson, you can use it over and over and over again in any way that you want. So when you are creating your lessons, your videos for your lessons, your audios for your lessons, make sure that you make them kind of generic. And what I mean by that is, if you have a Pathfinders program, don't use the title Pathfinders program in your lessons. Just deliver the lesson. And this way you'll be able to use that lesson inside Pathfinders and anywhere else. Okay. If I wanted to have a course image, I'm not going to choose one for now, but you would choose that. And let's just hit submit, and let's just create the shell for this course. All right. So here we are, transitioning into your dream job. And when you click it, you'll see those two lessons that are there, right? Recognizing your skill set and then easy changes. Okay. So here's the thing. I have several different topics that I want to discuss within transitioning to your dream job. I chose those two lessons because they're already there, but I have other lessons that I'm going to create and add. So, but I want these lessons to be grouped in an area. So this is when I'm going to create a module. A module is basically a subject area, right? So your first subject is leaving your old position, okay? And then maybe my next subject is going to be how, when, where to look for work. For, let's say, another position. Okay. Okay, again, it's only coach can view. Now I want you to see these. See where they're coming up here? These are my topics. These are here, these two lessons, because I have not moved them into a module, okay? Let's say the next module is going to be preparing for the interview. And then maybe the next one will be the next 90, the next 90 days. So that would be the 90 days after you get your job, okay? All right, those are my 4 modules. Okay, now, recognizing your skill set, that might be something that I want to put under leaving your old position, right? So let's see if I can do this. All right, I'm sorry. I have to remember. Sometimes I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't know if I want to do that. Here we go. So this is the lesson I went into edit, and it is here, transitioning into your dream job. So here's what I want you to see. This is the lesson, recognizing your skill set. When you come down into this area here, it says add this lesson to, and these are all the courses. The selected courses, these are the 4 courses that this lesson is currently in, all right? When I click on transitioning your dream job, the 4 modules that I just created come up. And therefore, I'm going to click leaving your old position and put the arrow. And now, if I wanted to, I could change the description. I'm not going to. We're going to submit that. And what you're going to see is that that lesson has moved into that module. So now when you click on transitioning into your dream job, there's only 1 lesson here. But when I click on leaving your old position, there is that lesson. Okay, now I knew you would want to do this again, so we're going to do it again with easy changes. Okay, so again, your modules are leaving your old position, how, when, and where to look for another position, preparing for the interview, and then the next 90 days. So here is easy changes, and we're going to want to put easy changes into the next 90 days. So we're going to click the edit, because we're going to edit that particular lesson. All right. When I go into selected courses, the only course that it is in is transitioning into your dream job. And here are the 4 modules. We're going to click the next 90 days. We're going to click the arrow. There it goes. Now here, if you wanted to add tasks, you could do that. And here is if you wanted to add files, you could do that, okay? I'm going to click submit. And then you won't see that lesson standing alone anymore. We're going to see it when we click under that 90-day module. So here we go. See, no lessons hanging out. There's 4 modules. The next 90 days, when you click that, there's easy changes. When you click here, recognizing your skill set. So I think now, hopefully you understand the difference between the module, the lesson, the course, and how those all work together. The module really is just a way for you to group a subject matter together. You're breaking it down from the title of the course into different subjects and putting lessons in there. You can put as many lessons as you want. It could be audio, it could be video, it could be documents, however you want to handle it. But that is the way you would do that. Okay. So let's see, I want to make sure I don't have any questions. I do not have any questions for that today. All right, so I have a lot of questions about integration. And I want to talk to you about that. I often get the question, does Life Coach Office integrate with my website? Well, can it integrate with this thing or that thing? Usually it's with a website. And when coaches ask me that question, I do believe that they're usually asking, can they just take Life Coach Office and put it in their website so that people could just click on a button in their website and be inside Life Coach Office? And my answer is not really. Okay, so here's the thing. You use a branded link to create a button that a person clicks and then they can sign in to your Life Coach Office account. Where is that button? I'm so glad you asked. If you go to the settings here in the upper right hand corner and you go down to branding, down here at the very bottom, branded client URL, this right here is your HTML code that you would use or you would give to your web developer, and you're going to create a button that's going to say members only or log in here or whatever that you want it to say. And when they click that, it's going to take them to the screen where they log in with their email and their password and go into your account. Now, some people don't necessarily, they're not loving that idea. Others think it's just fine. Here's the reason why you want it to be this way. Please understand that we have created Life Coach Office in a way so that it can be extremely secure and safe for your clients to use and to house their personal information. And you want to keep it that way. When you're using Life Coach Office and a button like that, there's not much of a cost to you. There's no maintenance to you. There's nothing. When you want to truly integrate a system in the way that many coaches are talking to me about it, you're talking about a whole different type of project and a whole different type of integration. And it's going to force you to be responsible for a private server, for ensuring certain securities, because you have to make sure that things are encrypted and that things are safe and all of that kind of stuff. Not to mention the fact that there's going to definitely need to be some web designing that happens in the background, web development, right? So it's a labor-intensive process. It's not as quick and easy as it seems. So we integrate by using an HTML code that you put on your website. And it is no different than what's on the Life Coach Office website. So I'm just going to show you that quickly here. And we're going to go into, oh, I have to sign out. Hold on a second. I'm going to have to sign out to show you this. Okay. All right. So let's go into the Life Coach Office. The wrong thing I did. Let's go to Life Coach Office website. Hold on a second. There we go. All right. Go into the Life Coach Office website. And it will come up in a moment. Okay. So this is the Life Coach Office website. This login right here is just a login button that's going to take people to Life Coach Office. This is the exact same thing that you will do on your computer, on your website. You're going to create a button. Mine says members only because, you know, I believe my clients are like me. I believe everyone's client is more like them. And members only button makes me kind of curious what's behind the magic wall. And I want to click it. And if I can't get in, I want access. So, you know, you'll name that what you want, but when you click it, it's going to take you to your branded Life Coach Office. And so if you have a green background, if you have your logo here, if your background is chartreuse, like whatever it is that is your Life Coach Office branded setup, that is what your client will see. And they're simply going to add their email and their password, and they're going to freely log in to their account. And they're not going to know that they're not inside your website. The cool thing about that branded URL is that you can create a button in any of your social media marketing and, you know, put it in emails, put it anywhere you want, and it will be there so that your clients can log in very easily. It's very simple, and it is probably the most cost-effective way to go, and it actually is extremely effective. Very easy for you. Okay? All right. So what other questions do I get? Okay. So another question is about payments, right? So we had a great question that came across on the Life Coach Office Users Community site, Facebook page, and that was about payments being made and partial payments, okay? So the thing that you have to remember is that we have automatic invoicing, not the same as automatic billing, automatic invoicing. So the invoices will go out automatically for you based on when you set it up. Let me show you what that means. So we're going to go into, you have to first create your price and client billing. I have lots of prices in there, so I'm just going to use a price that I have. Once you have your client billing price set up, you're going to go into a group because you want to create a branded link for that particular group, that particular thing that you are offering for sale. And I'm going to click new group. So in this case, it is about, about the dream job, right? So that's the name of it, dream job. And I want people, oh, I can't do this from here. Hold on a second. Forgot I was having a problem with my computer. I'm going to take you to this other side here. I forgot all about that. Bear with me a moment as this comes up. I'm going to have to log out because I'm logged into my personal account with Life Coach Office for something else that I was going to show you, but let's do this. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Okay. No. All right. So back over here. Going to groups. Remember, we did our client billing already. We're going to go into groups. And we're going to go to new groups. And I'm going to go into dream job. And I do want this. I want people to be able to register for the group online. I'm going to put it on my website. I'm going to put it in my email marketing because it's a new course I have. And the cost is going to be $350. Okay. All right. Now, I'm not going to go automatic invoicing yet. I just want to finish this out. Once they join the group, they're going to have access to this for a year. And I'm going to put transition your dream job there and leave these alone. Okay, so this is the course, Transitioning Your Dream Job. That's the reason why I'm attaching it, because once they pay for it, I'm giving them access. I'm saying to the system, I want to assign this course. I want this person, once they pay for this, to have access immediately to this particular course. Okay, all right. Now, let's go into automatic invoicing. I want to do automatic invoicing, so I'm going to say yes. All right. I'm not going to charge an administration fee. You can. Some coaches do make the decision to charge a little bit more, a small fee, when a person is going to pay in installments. In this situation, I'm not going to do that. And the deposit amount for the first payment is going to be $50. That means, since it's $350, when they sign up, they're going to pay me $50, and then I'm going to have installment plans for the remaining $300. And we're going to do that across 3 payments. And that's going to happen monthly, because we're going to do that bi-weekly. Right? No, we'll just do it weekly. Okay, that just makes it easier. All right, so I want to reiterate what we did here. Yes, we want automatic invoicing. No, we do not want to admin fees, so I made that 0. The deposit is $50, and there's 3 installments that are going to be paid weekly. Now, today is Tuesday, and so that means every Tuesday, the client is going to get an invoice for $100 that they will need to pay. If they do not pay that $100 within 7 days, the system will not allow them to have access to the information in the system until they pay, okay? If they pay the first installment on time, they continue to have access. Let's say the second installment comes and they don't pay it within 7 days. This is a weekly installment. That means in 7 days, the next installment is due to go out, but it will not go out because they have to first pay the first one, all right? Once they pay that second one, the second invoice will go out. They have access for a year. They're going to have access to this information, and we're going to click save. And what's going to happen is you're going to get a branded link for them to register for this particular course. It's going to look very similar to your HTML code to log in. And this is taking longer than I want it to be. And rather than wait because I'm impatient, I'm going to go to the other side. I'm going to log in and I'm going to show you what it looks like on another group. So here's my groups. It might even be there by now. It is. Okay. Dream job is what we just created. $350, access for a year. Get links. When you click the get links button, here's your online registration code. This is the HTML code that it's the button that says click here if you're ready to register. To register, click here. To, if you're ready now, click here. That's what this code is for, and it's going to allow them to go in, sign up, pay you your $50, and have immediate access. Now, once they pay you your $50, that is when the invoices will be created. That means when you click on invoices for that client, you will not see a $50 invoice because they've already paid you that invoice. Okay? I'm sorry, not invoice. They already paid you that amount. An invoice does not need to be created because they already paid you that. But the invoice does need to be created for the other 300 that's due each week. And so once they click, those invoices will be created and they will be set to go out in the future. All right. Are there any questions? No questions. And that really is all that I had for you today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this segment of the Life Coach Office Open Call. Please join me in our Life Coach Office users community and put your questions out there, share information out there, communicate with me. I'd love to communicate with you in our little environment there. This video will go up probably within the next 24 hours. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, you know what to do. Just click on your LCO support ticket, send that question on over, or you can go to our Life Coach Office users community and put your question right there on Facebook. Until next month, on the third Tuesday at 2, this is Kim Horvath signing off. As always, everyone, happy coaching.